Violence conference say it's helpful and has assisted them to speak out more. The engagement organized by the Gauteng Community Safety Department is aimed at breaking the barriers and stigma associated with being a male survivor of GBV. Our reporter Tshegohaco Moagi is there. Tshegohaco, good to speak to you again. Any nuggets that have come out from the conference this morning?
Well, indeed, Hugo, something that was quite important that has come out of the conference is the issue of the importance of men speaking out. And this is something, of course, we often hear of women facing the issue of gender-based violence or violence at home or from their partners. And this time around, men are having these conversations around how they can speak out and how they can then ensure that the violence is stopped on themselves. And to give us his perspective, we are joined by a gender-based violence male survivor, Mr. Isaac Mashabane. Thank you so much, Ntate Mashabane, for nako ya hao. So, are qale ka hore story sa hao sona sireng. How ka re tlotlela fela bikinyana hore wena, what did you go through as a survivor ya gender-based violence?
Yes, sa mathomo ke tla leboga ke ra opportunity ya go bolela ka story sa ka. That's cut in short. Story se ke bileng le sona ka mo family ke between mme o ke dulang le ena. Ke between mme o ke dulang le ena. So re bile le di problems tse around from 2018 which ka montlung a hobe monate between nna le ena. And then ha rutlwane while we pretending for bana. E mare mafelelong ntwe e gena e abuse le bana ba ka. So ka ba ke bona hore se nka sirang ka ya police station ya Spruit ka mitana le sesi Rachel wannan konkangala well is a social worker ya Mali ka motlhalosetsa bothata baka ka mmotsa hore ke kopa peace mo nka kry ampleke ya hore ke be dikhutso because mind wa ka ne ke se ke timella ke kelello. So ayanga sebaka no nkile 2 days aba anka ke ya ko campusing ya Rebafeni victim empowerment mo kile ka o kopana le sesi NG Motseha which is a social worker ya Rebafeni ke ena a kileng a nthusanyana ho nkisa di counseling nkisa di psychologisting hore kelello ya ka e bue and nthuta le hore if ke monna ke ska haida dilo because holy monna o haida dilo holy matsa you end up ubetha musadi which it is wrong. We end up u destroy bana ditlhogo which it is wrong because aba o bona o kwatile aba itsore go irehalang while mom is pretending. And then how re wa bua ha batle o bue which le bana wa ba khetolla and then bana they end up to drugs ba bangwe they don't listen mo ntlung. So ka ba ke decide hore e re nna ke itswe ke batle bophelo baka ke batle thuso mo banneng ba bangwe mo bommeng ba bangwe to avoid dilo tsa o tshwana hore o ye tronkong le ho betha motho wa mme.
Ntate Mashabane jwanong o ka reng he ho bontate ba bang le bona ha be ba ipona ba le mo situation e wena no ithola ho yona o ka reng ho bona or ba ba tshabang le ho bua ka situation ya bona?
Se bontate ba tlameile ba bue because dilo tse o bonang re na le mo South Africa re na di dilo tsa o tshwana kana le o bolaya bomme le bana ke ba kenya enga le depression e ba mo wena bontate ha ntse re shwela ka mo dipelong hore ke monna ke nkukelwela ka mo ke nkellela ka mo pelong which area ke nna mo yona ke ba bantshi bontate ba ba na le situation se nna ke fitileng mo sona but aba batle ho bua motho o nonna and then la mafello you running mad and then o etsa ntho ile reng o etsa o makalesetse o etsile or o lemaditse motho mme or o lemaditse motho mme le bana ene le bana hantate a sa focus ka montung ba le matse ha ba damage ha di brain. So bontate tshwantse ba tle pele le bona ba bue ba tlwele taba tsa hore ha re ya di police station maphodisa tlo ntse a bjang. It's not about to say batho ba tlo tse a bjang, it's about to correct your life gore le wena o phile pila mo lefatsheng o be le khutso mo pelong ka re ha o sena khutso mo pelong go no tshwana o sa phele.
So the conference tse so wena o ka di encourage and mohlomong wena he mo dulang teng o ka bua le banna ba bang or it's a conference of your own ho thola hore batho le bona or over fed the advice hore le bona ba khone hore ba bue or by the police station or ba thole thuso.
Ya nka di etsa se because mo ke nnang mo teng ke bontate ba bantshi ba ba le manang. I notice a lot of them mo Mamelodi ya ke ba bantshi. So the conference tse se ha re ka thola support enough bontate ho tlameha hore re kopane re bue ka dilo tse bjana hore le rena re tswelle pele re ska no di twella mo bomme because bomme ba khona ho ya pele but bontate ba shy hore batho ba tla reng ka nna ha ke bua se hore batho ba tla etsang. So ignore hore batho ba tla etsang bophelo ba hao bo tla pele mo lefatsheng hore o kgone build up a good relationship le family ya hao.
And just briefly then for rona situation ya kontlong se ho le betere?
By this moment I ke re bua ka phone ke ile ka bona ho le betere because ke tryile hore ke te change nna myself and then ke khone hore ke understand hore ke mang le di psychologist di nthusitse hore ke khone boela mo bophelong ba ka ka nna bo setse botimetse ke sa te understand hore ke mang ke timelletse ke dilo tse dintsi ka se te understand ke mang nka bya phone mo ke emela ya tsamaya ke timelletse ke license ke le confused le di ID maybe 4 times ka ba ke yanto since from 2018 till ke be ke tsephetho sa hore e re ke police station go batla di social worker.
Isaac Mashabane giving us his version of what happened in his home. Really, Hugo, just to break it down for you. So he says that he was being abused verbally by his wife, and he then decided that because of the effects that it was having on him mentally, he then decided to go to the police station to report the matter. He got a lot of assistance from social workers and psychologists. He says if he had not done so, he does not think that his life would be where it is at this present moment. He says that, the issue of men coming together to have such conversations around gender-based violence is very important, and he would definitely encourage for more men to speak out against the violence that they may be facing, whether at home or elsewhere, really. And he says such conferences are needed, especially if there is support, not just from government, but from the community as a whole. And he's really raised a quite pertinent issue, saying that in the area where he lives in Mamelodi, that there are concerns that he has around so many men that live in that area that are keeping quiet possibly about the violence that they may be facing at home. So that's just a bit about his story and the issue about the licenses. He says that he's lost licenses, he's lost phones, and this was mainly because he was mentally unstable at that stage and unable to focus. But he says things are moving swiftly between him and his wife. They're speaking on the phone and they're trying to get things back to normal. Hugo?
I'm obviously impressed that he went to the police and he got support. And one of the things, ironically, that we've been picking up is that when women go to the police station to report issues of GBV, they don't seem to get the same sort of support or response that your guest had a few minutes ago.
Indeed, Hugo, and really that is a concern, especially also for Gauteng community safety, that, the issue of women not being able to get the necessary support when they go to the police. I mean, men like Ndate Isaac Mashabane going to the police station, getting the support that he needed, going there in 2018, is really quite encouraging to hear. But we are hoping that, the Gauteng community safety, together with the South African Police Service, that they can work together, especially as we head up to the 16 days of activism, that they'll be able to work together to ensure that when women move into the police station or walk into the police station, that they are given the assistance that they need and that they are not judged, which is also a big issue, that a lot of women say that they go to the police station, they get judged, they get asked too many questions at that point in time. And, this is something that I've heard before, that the Gauteng community safety trying to encourage women to continue to report these cases and to stay on those cases and not to drop them at any point. So I know that the Gauteng Community Safety Department has really worked hard to ensure that they're working together with the SAPS and the Metro Police, that, things really just work smoothly for every gender-based violence survivor.